Hey, you guys. Just want to give a quick thanks before this interview. I just crossed the 5,000 subscriber mark a few weeks ago. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. So, I think this interview coming up shows pretty clearly that there are some beliefs out there that are dangerous and they're held dogmatically. And I think SE is a great way to help with these types of beliefs. I don't think I did my best, but please leave your feedback, and hopefully together we can figure out how to have these conversations that much better. Thanks, and enjoy. How are you doing today? You hiked up to the observatory, or you park up
Yeah,
there?
this is my every week plan, every Saturday, every Sunday morning.
Nice, cool. All right, and I'll just let you pick a topic, something you really think is true, some type of belief. It could be spiritual, religious, or political, or scientific, philosophical.
Not health. It can be in health.
Health?
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, any type of belief related to health?
Basically what it's based on my experience, because I lost 150 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if that's something you're interested to know, because people are, what I believe, to losing weight in a countries like America or Europe, this lifestyle of the people, it's because, in general, what I believe about pharmaceutical companies, what they're trying to sell their product, or even though in the health system, which is the food we eat, and then eventually we end to go to the doctor and start using their medications. So I believe just in order to be healthy, it's eating right and exercise, which is that we see it's lack of exercise in this side of the world, like most in America and Europe, because people, they don't walk, they don't.
So what I'm hearing you say is eating and exercise is a great way to be healthy. Is it also a way to treat illness?
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
treat
That's what I'm
illness.
trying to say. To treat illness, yeah.
To treat illness. Is there a limit to the illness, like
I believe
severity?
every illness can be treated by exercise and eating healthy.
Every illness?
Every illness.
Wow.
Because I'm working in health industry. So I can see people from obesity, from high blood pressure, from even cancer, even depression, anxiety, all of these things people are dealing these days. It can be treated by exercise and eating healthy.
So eating right and exercising.
Eating fresh food, basically. Nothing. The product we see in the market, most of them are, especially the ones it has the preservatives, they're keeping in a fridge for a long time and you have to heat it. Those are basically, to me, it's a poison. So it has to be cooked every day, like an old style, old school. And yeah, that's my experience. I lost 150 pounds by myself, and all of my body pain, which is I used to use all kind of pain medication, because to me it was a chronic pain. But they're gone. My depression gone. That's
So-
what I believe.
So you had some like semi-serious illnesses, like
Yeah,
chronic pain,
exactly.
and
I used to see pain management.
exercise and eating fresh food
Yes.
pretty much cured that. And going through this experience, you now believe doing the same thing will cure pretty much any illness?
I would say
even more
any
severe?
illness. Yes.
Could I get a sense of your confidence that that's the case with cancer? Saying a
Even with the
scale-
cancer, yes.
saying
The
a scale from,
cancer,
like, 0.
I used to work 4 years in a cancer center. So all this product, the chemotherapy, radiations, those are all business. All business.
All business. Mm-hmm. Did you see anyone cured of cancer through
No.
exercise
Yes.
and
Yes.
eating right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Do they also go through chemotherapy
No.
and stuff? No.
They choose to not.
Oh.
So even if the cancer is stage 4, and basically, I don't want to say it's for sure it's going to be cured, but whatever the time you have to live, if it's a 4 years, 5 years, at least you're living free of pain, because chemotherapy and all that radiations that cause you more pain and more suffering.
Yeah.
So the people I know, they choose to not go through the chemotherapy. I don't want to say they live longer, maybe longer, but at least free of pain and suffering. So basically what it's my point is, the system is a business. So it's like a chain, okay? The doctors has to make money, and then pharmaceutical companies, they're supposed to make money, and then all these products in the market it's kind of chain. So everybody has to make money. But if we learn to basically live the way we used to live 30 years ago, I'm not saying 100 years ago, 25 years ago, before the internet, before all this technology. Technology is good in certain way, but certain way it's making people not be healthy, make people cold, separations, sadness, cold life, like a robot. And eventually we all become like a robot, you know?
Okay. Is there anything new you could learn or find out to change your mind about this? What would you have to figure out or learn to change your mind about it?
Changing my mind
About pursuing the more mainstream treatments to helping with cancer and stuff like that.
I would say I want to make sure I understand your question correctly. So changing my mind
Yeah.
in order. So what I'm thinking, if you think it's not
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. I'm just wondering, what would you have to learn to change your mind about it?
I'm not going to change my mind, because I see this in reality. It's not just the idea. I worked in that industry. I see people's life, how they are. We're all going to basically. I don't know how to say it. It's a hard. It's hard for me to explain it, but
Yeah.
my point in general is everything. It's every illness, every disease, every mental disease that people are dealing these days. It's all because of the 21st century. It's because of the food we eat, the lifestyle we have, and the stress we are dealing. So we're all have this stress in different way, and this stress will somehow end us to certain illness, either mental, either physical, cancer.
Yeah. Is there any way to test this belief to figure out if we're mistaken about it?
Well, this is not something we can test. This is something we see. You know, even you can see it with your eyes every day. So yeah, people can try. People can try change their lifestyle and basically avoid all unnecessary. The phones we are carry with us, which is these days, you know, people they cannot live without their devices, like their phones, and even that phone, it's caused cancer. So women, when they hold that phone in their bra or under their belt, it causes them a breast cancer. It causes them uterus cancer.
Okay.
So
It seems pretty testable. Say we've got like a group of 100 people who had cancer, split them in half, and half of them did what you recommend, eating the right stuff, not really dealing with technology nowadays, but the other half did like mainstream stuff, which went about their lives, did the usual treatments that health professionals recommend, and we say like 5 years later, we see how everyone's doing.
Yeah.
If it turned out the 50 people who only like ate good and exercised did worse than the other half, I'm not saying that would happen, or if they would get worse, would that change your mind? It would change my mind if they really got better and cured from
Absolutely,
a curative
absolutely.
cancer.
But if you look at well, let's say 30 years ago, 40 years ago, we hadn't this much cancer in the people, right? Even maybe they had it, they didn't know. I don't know. But what I believe, all these machines we are going through, such as MRIs, mammogram, and all of those, that machines also cause cancer too.
Yeah, and the way to test that
Yes.
is how? Could we figure that out if that was the case?
Yeah, I'm not in the position to test that machine. I'm not in the position of, to pursue that idea, to go and prove that.
Yeah.
But that's what my idea is, and that's what I believe.
Yeah. Is there any test? Is there any results from a test that if you found out were one way or the other?
Radiation and every kind of electronic devices has a bad effect to the body, which is that's obvious. Because human, it's not made of to living with all this technology and how you say it, like the electrons, the
Energy?
not the energy, but whatever it's produced from devices, from machines, from this MRIs and all of those.
Electromagnetic field?
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
like that? And that's harmful?
Definitely it's harmful. And I think we are living in the world which is, they don't mind to kill 1 million people in order to try something, to improve their business. So they don't mind, because look at the cancer right now. How we know they are testing something, a certain food, something in the air, something, we don't know. We don't know. And you think they don't have answer for it? You think they don't have the cure for it? When they have all this technology, they're going to the moon, they do all of these crazy things, and they cannot cure or they cannot stop. Not only the cancer, but in general. In general, I think the human being has no value anymore. You know what I mean? It's just no value.
Why do you believe that?
Why I believe that? Have you ever tried to see, like, I think because of the population gets too much and they cannot control this. So the quality comes down when the quantity goes up, They have to feed us and they don't care, and we don't know what they do to that chicken before it comes to the market. And if certain people can only afford the organic ones, but not everyone, so whoever can afford the organic one, they are more valuable than the people they don't. So even though if it's come to anything, if you have a good insurance, you can get better benefit. But if you don't, I see this with my eyes, if you don't have insurance or if you don't have good insurance, they don't care. You either can afford the medication or just die. That's simple. 1 in million, it's not even visible. It's not even... It's sad. It's sad when you see the reality of the life, when you see the truth of... Well, I have a different mentality probably because I didn't grow up here. And I see things more real, more clear, without filter. And everything at this days, it's about the money. So if you have money, you can eat better, you can live better. If not, but everything it's compared with the money. So even humanity, even your value, even...
What would society have to look like in order for us to be having good health care, what would that society look like? If it, would it be free? Would all of the medications work on the spot or very soon after?
Um, well, people has to learn to stop, taking the medication, because your mentality has to be changed. Like using the medication, any kind of a medication, any kind of illness you have, unless, yeah, if you have infection and you have to use the antibiotic, that's a different story. But if you're, people these days, for every small thing, they are depend on the medication, and this is ridiculous. This is even look at our young generation. I'm not talking about 60 and over. I'm talking about 20 to 30 to 40.
Yeah. So you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is we're over-medicated.
Yes, definitely.
How do we figure out what is the proper amount of medication? Is there any way to figure that out?
Before taking the medication, they have to learn to how to have change their lifestyle first, and see if that's going to help their problem.
So they should try that first.
Definitely.
And if that doesn't work, maybe then we can try medication and see what that does with the other
Personally,
stuff?
I'm against of the medication, any kind of a medication, even from a regular Tylenol to all the way to
Chemo.
narcotic, any kind of a medication.
Huh. And is there anything you could learn or find out to change your mind about that?
I mean, if ask your question one more time.
Is there anything you could learn to revise your position, to change your mind
No.
about it?
No.
Because you see how it doesn't work today? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah, but I think whatever, as I said from what I mentioned, it's like a chain. It's everything. It's like a chain. You know what I mean? If you want to live in this society and in this century and this lifestyle, well, sooner or later you're gonna end up there. I wish people could I don't know. I think probably we should blame this in technology. You know what I mean? Because the technology is going so fast, so people has to catch that. And I mean, you see how the days and weeks and the months they pass, and we really don't. It's my idea. We don't leave. We want to pass these days to just
survive.
To survive, exactly. Yeah.
We don't live, we just survive nowadays.
We survive, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And, okay. I just want to make sure.
I hope it would make sense what I said.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. I just wonder, like for myself, if I have a belief, I'd like to figure out things that could change my mind if I learned about them. Doesn't mean my belief is not true, but I like to keep it open to new information that I could figure out. And I like to keep an idea in my mind of what would change my mind about things, just so I'm believing true things and not false things. So for this, there's some things that would change my mind about it. Like if I saw a study where a bunch of people had a holistic lifestyle, eating right, exercising, and they were more healthy, that would change.
It's not all about the healthy, in order to, you see like people, I don't know, I don't want to say, I don't know. This is not something I want to just really go to it because it's a big conversation. But yeah, people are, not people, everybody, me, you, we're just surviving, and under all this stress, and we're all trying to hang from something in order to release that stress. You know, it's some people, they believe in certain things, church or whatever, you know, or they depend on medication or drugs or this or that. But we can have a better life if we learn and we train ourselves to learn how to live.
Yeah. Is it possible for someone who has virtually no stress at all to get an illness?
That I don't know, but I'm sure 90% of our illnesses, it's related to the stress we are taking.
It's related to stress, but stress causes illness.
Definitely.
And if
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about that maybe some other time
Yeah,
if you see me here
definitely.
again.
Yeah,
I'd
thank
love
you
to-
so much for your
love to
time.
continue, yeah.
It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
So I hope this is not going to go anywhere.
You don't want me to upload it? If
I don't mind.
you don't mind? Thank you.